Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TBT Interviews. I'm your host Matt Burns, and with us today we've got the first ever referee to be interviewed on TBT Interviews. And this is the man with the power, the man with the hour, the man who counts the 1, 2, 3. He is referee Derek. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. It's an honour to be the first ref to be interviewed. So
it has to be done. It has to be done. And
thank you.
I had somebody in mind for it, and you're the right guy.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it has to be done. It has to be done because everywhere I go, I seem to be bumping into you quite a lot. You seem to be, counting the 1, 2, 3, telling them all to clean it up.
That's it. Yeah, that's the phrase.
It would look quite snazzy on the shirt, wouldn't it?
Funny you should say that.
We'll get to that a bit later. But one thing I will say is you've been the referee for wrestling and whatnot. How did that come into play?
Okay, not something that was a massive passion of mine. Watched wrestling over the years, but my son, who trains with the academy in Telford, he basically...
this academy?
That's the very one. He's been training there for about 18 months to 2 years now. And I was approached by Luke Twigg, and there was a shortage of a ref for one particular show, literally a year to the date pretty much. Asked me if I wanted to do it. I said no. I was like, I don't think I know what I was doing. And to say the rest is history, I suppose, is cutting it short. But yeah, I give it a go, and I've been very, very fortunate since.
What makes it so funny is you said at the start that you don't know anything about it, and yet you're the man who knows everything about it now.
Well, I guess what I've had is a lot of good people around me. A lot of people help me, not just with the rules. I mean, I added a basic grasp of those, but having those sort of support from people, and there's a lot of good guys behind the scenes as well, so I've had a lot of support over this last 12 months to get me where I am, really. So in regards to it, so have you always been a wrestling fan, or is this just something that you sort of come into? I would say it was more something I watched with the kids, my nephew, that sort of thing, and I say it was when my lads started training, really. Go along every week, watch them train, and I've just got more involved, helping set up the ring, helping set up shows, and then, as I say, the last year I've been reffing, at the academy and SWA.
So basically, like sort of paying your dues.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I think it's important you do. So.
Exactly. It's always good paying dues and everything, and it also goes to show it's not just the wrestlers, it's also the referees, it's everybody in the back. Everyone puts in.
Yeah,
it's all fantastic.
100% agree, and as I say, it's the last year's been mad, really. The amount of shows and opportunities I've had have been incredible, really.
Almost every show I'm always in attendance of. I always keep seeing it's like, is he following me?
I could say the same.
Yeah, but the difference is I'm actually reviewing and,
that's true.
And hopefully,
that's true.
From time to time, hopefully in the ring.
Yeah, I've been quite lucky. I've done quite a few promotions out over the last year, but if I'm honest, the last sort of few months I've limited myself more to the academy and SWA. Firstly, the academy have got 10 shows this year. SWA now got 7 with the latest edition. So, that's quite a lot of sort of Saturdays taken up already.
You're building up your
absolutely.
You're building up your calendars and everything, and who knows? You could end up with more possibly because you do a very good job, as I've always seen.
Thank you.
I also see that at times the action also gets you involved.
Yeah, once or twice I've had some interesting moments. Yeah, probably my first bump, if that's the right word you want me to use, is first bump I took was off Pete Dunne, WWE UK champion. I took a pedigree and a low blow off him, so that was an interesting moment.
That
as a first bump.
That's one way to say my first bump is with a WWE champion pedigreeing me.
Pretty unique, I guess, isn't it? So
that's one unique story that you can probably tell everybody.
Absolutely.
And the good thing about it is you can actually show this footage now as proof.
I hadn't thought of that.
Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. So
just in case if you ever forget, you've always got this for memories.
Yeah, that'd be good. So. But no, I've taken a few hits and bumps and beatings, and it's all part of it to me. So it's all fun.
It is. And the one thing I will say about it, with being on the road and whatnot and travelling quite a bit, have you actually come across any funny stories, anything for yourself?
I guess a lot of it happens in the ring, things that aren't planned, and it's changed and it's unscripted, and you kind of just have to go with it, sort of thing. I haven't had anything dramatically go wrong. I mean, probably the worst I've seen is a couple of lads refereeing me ripping their trousers in their first match and having to sort of cope with split backsides for the rest of the night. So I touch wood, I wouldn't know anything about that. Touch wood, I've not been in that position myself. So.
Yeah, count yourself lucky. Unfortunately, I can't.
that could happen tonight. Let's hope not.
Fingers crossed.
Exactly.
But the good thing about it is, with you being up and down on the road and whatnot, you know, have you got any fun matches that you've refereed?
Yeah, I've had quite a varied sort of level of matches, I guess, sort of thing. You know, basic single matches, triple threats, SWA last week, a 7-woman scramble match. You know, and a last man standing match. So really sort of varied. They're all matches are very different in their way, even if it's what you call a standard match. Yeah. They're very different.
Have you got any that are personal to yourself?
Well, I suppose, realistically, Pete Dunne, without bringing his name up again, that's an obvious one, just because, you know, obviously somebody of that level. But a lot of the academy matches too, you know, the likes of Basham against Jamie Future, you know, chaos, you know, but a great match to sort of, you know, be involved in, you know, with also with Joey Sanchez, you know, a couple of his matches, like, you know, been pretty brutal to ref, you know, and actually, you know, really good matches.
Definitely. And the interesting thing about it is you've also got referee an upcoming match of theirs, as well, on the 21st of April.
That's right, yeah.
Which you might not know their history. I do.
I've seen a little of it, but yes,
well, You've seen a little bit. Trust me when I say that. The last time them pair in the ring, we were actually considering, is there going to be in need of an ambulance or the morgue? And what makes it even worse is they're getting more personal. And that was then. Now it's even more personal, and we've got careers on the line and everything. So it's going to be a big match.
Yeah, say Joey in future, I think it'll be a big match, and I think the academy fans will, you know, they're going to love it. I mean, it's going to be a massive match for them, to be honest. So.
Well, it's absolutely fantastic. So do you actually watch wrestling outside?
Yeah, we watch quite a bit of WWE stuff, and where we can, myself and my son will go to some of the local sort of events sort of thing as well to try and take in as much as we can. So.
Basically, something that the Burning Truth always states: check out your local wrestling.
Definitely, yeah.
We always recommend that.
Yes.
And the one thing I want to say to you is there anybody you want to give out a shout out to of anything? More than welcome to.
Okay, I think probably one of the key things would be the likes of Luke Twigg, Joey Sanchez, you know, Ben, etc. You know, the guys who give me the opportunity at the academy, which initially wasn't a plan. You know, and also the opportunities that I've been given at SWA with Simon Brown and the team there. So you know, I've had some fantastic opportunities chucked my way in quite a short space of time, I guess, really. So.
The only thing I will just state is trust my phone to go off just then.
It's all right, don't worry.
It's always.
You're a busy man.
I'm normally professional, but I just thought I'd just mention it just with trust my luck.
That's fine.
The one time I don't have it on silent.
No worries.
So apologies for that if anybody's heard that on the interview. But the one thing I will state to you, have you got any merchandise for yourself?
It's funny you say that. Yes, somebody had the idea. I won't name the person to create a T-shirt because of the phrase I use of "clean it up" when people are in the corner. And that seems to end up on the back of the T-shirt with my mug on the front of it, which is, although it's very honouring and flattering, it's a little embarrassing too.
So. No, you should not be embarrassed. It's very fitting and it's good. I think that's good. So if anybody's interested in purchasing that, where can they find it?
Well, if they go on to JG Printing and Stitching, Jamie Gilbert, who looks after that, will sort that out, or they could message me directly. So.
Which is somebody who I've actually used and normally personally endorse on my broadcast every week.
Yeah.
You know, we have to. Is anybody else you want to endorse or anything?
I guess the guys from UK Wrestling Media. The guys there again.
You beat me to it.
Well, to be fair, the guys I've been involved with since day one. Really, they've been very supportive of my lad when he's been wrestling, and certainly me as a ref. And of course, you know, I've been very fortunate. I've been very fortunate since the belt's been involved with the academy to actually ref every time. To be fair, including this evening. So
exactly.
Which I think's which is great, to be honest.
It is always great, and I want to give out a personal shout out to them because they've always done fantastic interview work and they always do fantastic photography work that actually helps me with my reviews and whatnot. They always keep up the good work.
They're good guys too. You know.
Definitely. So if anybody's interested in checking them out, check them out on their social media. Recommend it.
Definitely.
But anyway, with that, is there any way anyone can find you?
Really, I'm on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram, all
Social
under
media.
my name, sort of thing. Yeah. And there is a page on Facebook with under referee Derek Caslin as well. So
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, if they want to check that out on there, that'd be good.
So with that, I think that's going to be a nice little wrap up for now. But
Okay. Thank you very much.
Appreciated.
No,
thank you very much.
Thank you.
For having me on the show. So with that, thank you very much for listening to this interview and watching. We'll hopefully catch you at either the next interview, the next review, or the next broadcast. Till then, stay well, stay safe, and check out your local wrestling.